Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the secret language of banks. We're going to go way beyond just your credit score to uncover the hidden rules and the automated checks that really decide whether your business gets the credit it needs. Let's dive in. So, you've got a great personal credit score, a solid business idea, you're golden, right? Well, not so fast. The way banks decide who gets approved goes so much deeper than just that one three-digit number. The thing is, lenders are playing by a secret rule book, a set of automated checks and internal preferences they don't exactly advertise. Our goal here is simple. We're going to give you the cheat codes from that playbook so your next application is less of a guess and more of a guaranteed strategy. Let's start at the very beginning. Your path to approval doesn't start when you hit submit on that form. Nope, it starts with laying the right groundwork. Getting these key pieces right beforehand is absolutely non-negotiable. All right, first question for you. You're filling out the application, you get to the address line. What do you put? Do you use that P.O. box you set up to look more professional, or do you just put down your home address? It seems like such a small detail, but trust me, the answer can make or break your application. And the answer is, consistency is everything. Banks use these huge data brokers like LexisNexis to basically run a background check on you in seconds. If the home address you put on that application doesn't perfectly match what's on your driver's license or in public records, bam, that's an instant red flag for their automated system. So here's the deal. Banks see things like P.O. boxes and UPS store addresses as transient, and their systems are often set up to automatically reject them. They want to see stability. So using your home address, as long as it matches your ID, or even a physical virtual office address, tells them your business is legitimate and actually has roots somewhere. Okay, next up, when you apply, they're going to ask for a NAICS code. That's just the official government code to classify your business industry. It might seem like just another box to check, but does picking one code over another really change anything? Oh, it absolutely does. I mean, just look at these examples. To a bank's computer, a business in real estate investing screams high risk and volatility. But if what you're really doing is better described as property management, well, that sounds like a stable revenue-generating business. Same idea applies when you shift from something like trucking to a broader, safer category like business consulting. This is a huge cheat code. Lenders literally have internal blacklists of industries they consider too risky. If you pick a high-risk NAIS code, the algorithm might just toss your application in the virtual trash can before a human being ever lays eyes on it. The key is to pick the safest, most accurate code that describes your business. It just paves the way for an easier approval. Okay, so our address is solid, our business code is safe. But how do you go from being a total stranger to someone the bank actually wants to work with, even before you've asked them for a single dollar of credit? The answer lies right here, in this number. And no, this isn't a fee, it's not a bribe, it is a strategic deposit. Let me show you what I mean. This is called the business checking wedge strategy, and it's brilliant. All you do is open a business checking account with the bank you want to get credit from. You deposit somewhere between $1,500 and $3,000, and then you just let it sit there for about a month. This one simple move starts building an internal relationship score. You're no longer a random applicant, you're an existing customer, and that dramatically increases your chances of getting approved. Now that you've got that solid foundation, let's talk about application day itself. Here are the specific tactics you can use to really maximize your chances of getting that sweet instant approval. Here's a tricky one that trips up a lot of people. We all know that low credit card balances are good for your score. So for the absolute highest score possible, should all your credit cards be paid off to a perfect zero balance? Or is it actually better to have one card report a tiny balance? The answer is something called the A0 method, which stands for all zero except one. It's a little counterintuitive, but credit scoring models like FICO actually want to see that you are actively and responsibly using credit. If every single one of your cards reports a zero balance, it can look like you're not using credit at all. So the sweet spot is to have all but one card at zero and let that one card report a really small balance, like 10 or 20 bucks, just to show activity. Okay, time for a more advanced move. Capital One is notorious for pulling your credit report from all three bureaus. That's Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. That means 3 hard inquiries on your credit for just one application. But what if you could force them to only pull one? This is the freeze method. Before you apply, you proactively go and freeze your credit files with 2 of the 3 bureaus, say Experian and TransUnion. When Capital One's system goes to pull your reports, they'll find 2 of them are locked.
In many cases, they'll just proceed with the application using only the one report that's open. It's a really clever way to control the impact on your credit.
So you did it. You got approved. Congratulations. But the game is not over. Now it's all about maximizing the value of that new credit line you just got. Here is a fantastic tactic for American Express cardholders. It's called the Amex 3X increase trick. After your account's been open for about 2 to 3 months, so somewhere between 61 and 91 days, you go online and request a credit limit increase. And here's the key. You ask for exactly 3 times your starting limit. This specific amount often falls right into their system's sweet spot for an automatic approval, one that usually doesn't require a new hard credit check. All right, let's talk about one of the most overlooked yet most important concepts out there: timing. How fast you apply for credit cards, well, it matters a lot. This is called application velocity. You see, premium banks get nervous when they see someone opening up a ton of new accounts in a short period of time. It just looks risky to them. For banks like Chase, for example, opening 2 or more personal cards in the last 6 months is often an automatic deal breaker for their best business cards. The key takeaway is to be patient and to space out your applications. We've covered a lot of ground, from the stuff you do before you apply to the power moves you make after you're approved. So let's just boil it all down into one essential master key for getting that yes. Here it is. First, build that relationship. Become a customer before you ask for anything. Second, signal stability with the right address and the right business code. Third, optimize your score right before you apply using the Azaro method. Fourth, apply strategically to protect your credit report. And finally, respect the rules of velocity by timing your applications wisely. These are the rules of the game. You now have the cheat codes from the bank's hidden rulebook. So the question isn't whether they work, it's which one are you going to put into action first to get the funding your business deserves.